Couldn't hear it.
Hard to understand. I tried to listen to it a little bit. It's very hard to understand with the masks on. So try to, if you're going to give a long speech, maybe do one of these. It's hard to understand.
Yeah.
You want to give this to Kay? That one goes to me. We're good to go?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you all for attending. Kay, could you call the roll?
Harold,
Here.
Hollenbaugh,
Here?
Leontis,
Present.
Phipps,
Here.
Robinette,
Here.
Roland,
Here.
Zanfordino.
Here.
All righty. The minutes from our November 2nd meeting have been distributed for your perusal. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, properly moved and second. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Okay, the minutes are approved. Kay, do we have any correspondence this evening?
No correspondence.
Okay. Has anybody signed up for lobby visitation?
Yes, Mary Hinkleman, the Bowling Green Chamber.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for letting me speak in front of you tonight. We've got a lot of things happening in Bowling Green right now with the holiday season soon to be upon us. And the first of our events will happen this Saturday, November the 21st. Our holiday parade, it's been a tradition since 1955. You won't be seeing the parade go down Main Street this year. But this Saturday, we hope everyone will tune in for our 2.5-hour broadcast of the 2019 parade reimagined. WTOL has done 2 days of filming to capture loads of new performances, interviews, and many holiday wishes from around the community that will add to the excitement of the parade. This broadcast reached almost 30,000 people last year, and we felt it was a wonderful opportunity to showcase Bowling Green as a destination during the holiday season and bring some holiday cheer into the homes of all these viewers. November the 28th, the very next Saturday, is Shop Small Business Saturday, which is a national event that AMEX, American Express, puts out. And this is the day we use to kick off our buy local campaign. Next Monday, from the Chamber of Commerce, we'll have ambassadors out dropping off some merchandising information to some of our local businesses to get them excited about the event. This year, more than ever, we encourage everyone to keep our small businesses afloat by buying local and dining local. We encourage you to engage with us on social media by liking our post and leaving comments. Challenge your family and friends and neighbors to shop local this holiday. And thank you in advance for using our hashtag. Holiday spirit. Watch for it, follow it. We also have some great posters that I'll leave here with. So, that you have to, but I think they're absolutely wonderful. And then on December the 1st, we have Giving Tuesday. This will be our annual broadcast on the morning show, 88.1 FM WBGU with Clint Corr. He didn't even look. So Giving Tuesday is a time for organizations to kind of present their needs to people that are listening, whatever, getting their message out, what their missions are, what they need help with from other businesses and individuals, whether it's giving of time, money, skills, or voice. For organizations like the Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce Foundation, it's a time to create awareness about our mission. Our foundation is very excited to say that Gary Dybel with Big B Coffee is donating half of his sales on December the 1st, Tuesday, Giving Tuesday, December the 1st. So anyone who stops in to either buy coffee or some gifts, he's got mugs and coffee and stuff, he's going to donate half of that to our foundation. And Greg Kegler with You Move Me, he will be donating up to $1,000 matching funds. So I encourage you to check out our website, bgchamber.net /foundation. You can use that donation button to make a donation to the foundation, which I think all of you know. We take care of the fireworks and the holiday parade through that foundation, and the money's only ever used for those community events. There's a button that will direct you to the BG Community Events Fund through the Greater Toledo Community Foundation, or you can call our office and we can help you through that. But the thing that we'll be doing with Clint that morning, the 3-hour broadcast, we'll be down at Big B. Clint will be at the studio, and we'll ask other nonprofit organizations to come down and talk about their missions. So that's our way of giving back to them, to give them a voice, to be able to say what their needs are. So we hope you'll join us for all those great events that we've got coming up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone
then-
else?
Tony Vetter wanted to speak too.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tony Vetter. I'm with the Downtown Bowling Green Special Improvement District. I'm the director there. A few things I want to touch base with you on is that we are decorated and ready to kick off the holiday season starting this Friday, November the 20th, with a virtual community tree lighting ceremony. A little bit different than last year. Last year, we're shoulder to shoulder down there and we're having a lot of fun. This year has all been pre-taped. And nothing short of a miracle that we pulled this off in the last 30 days with the help of BG High School marching band, the Bowling Green High School Madrigals, and also Bowling Green State University Falcon Marching Band was also an integral part in putting this all together, along with the mayor and a special guest. So I've seen the tape. It looks really, really good. I'm very impressed. So I think you all want to tune in on November the 20th at 6:45. The best way to do that is go to our website, downtownbg.org, and there's little things to do on the side. It's virtual tree lighting. Just click on the green button and take you right there. You can also access it through the Bowling Green State University Falcon Marching Band YouTube channel, because that's actually where it will be broadcast. If you can't actually see it at that time, that's okay. It will still be on the YouTube channel. You can view it for many weeks to come. What this does is gives the community a way to see their kids in a band or in a performance where they haven't got to see that this year because of the COVID restrictions. So it's a way to see their kids perform and be on TV at the same time. This all happens along with I also want to mention that it happens along with the Wood County District Public Library. They've been a great partner with us throughout the years also. Friday, November 27th is Black Friday. That is where local businesses will have specials. We're promoting these on our website also. Again, it's downtownbgohio.org. And they can go there and click and see what the different specials are for the different merchants that we have posted. We're also doing this on Saturday, November the 28th, which is Shop Small Business Saturday. And that's to support your local merchants. Mary had talked about that. We are also promoting specials on our website also. There's no reason not to come down and go shopping because Ohio State is not playing Michigan that day. It's been changed to a different day. So please come on down and do your shopping. And to encourage shoppers downtown, we have a couple of different programs that we're doing, incentives for the people in the community. We're sponsoring a window decorating contest from December the 9th through the 16th. We already have 13 businesses signed up for that. They're going to decorate those, and you get a chance to win $100 by visiting our website. And other things to do, just click. It's very obvious where to find it under window decorating contest. And this way you get to vote for your favorite window display. And you also get a second chance to win from December the 2nd to the 16th, a window decorating contest. This is actually, you actually go into the store and put your name into the container. And then we're going to make a drawing from that. And there will be awards from $50, $100 to $200 in downtown dollars that we'll give to you that you can spend for the holidays. So it's ways to get people to come back downtown. And I had a very pleasant surprise today. Wasn't in my notes, but I just want to thank all the people in Bowling Green who donated to our beautification efforts for downtown. We sent a letter out a couple weeks ago, and there's some people already in this room that I'm very impressed with. So thank you very much for your donations, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Okay, do we have anyone else?
That's it.
Okay, that brings us to the introduction of new legislation.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
from the Finance and Ways and Means Committee, I have an ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator to execute the Ohio Department of Transportation's preliminary legislation to consent to the ODOT project to rehabilitate the Gypsy Lane Road and Poe Road bridges over I-75, a portion of which is located within the city limits, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Mr. Harold.
from Council Committee as a whole, I have a resolution urging Governor DeWine and the Ohio Legislature to extend the deadline for operating public meetings electronically.
Mr. President,
Mr. Zanfordino.
from the Community Improvement Committee, I have a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Bowling Green, Ohio, to file an application and execute a contract upon grant application approval under the Community Development Block Grant Entitlement Program, as authorized by the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974, as amended.
Okay, thank you very much. Brings us to official reports. Mr. Mayor.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to see you all. Just a couple of things real briefly. I'm sure that you all noticed that it was a bit more blustery than normal in Bowling Green yesterday. And as you would expect, there was a significant impact on the city. We saw a great number of trees that were affected, which in turn did affect our electrical infrastructure, resulting in a number of our residents losing their power for a period of time. As we have become accustomed to, our city employees did a terrific job responding to this event yesterday. So I just wanted to highlight the efforts of the members of our electric division, our public works division, and our water and sewer division. They all jumped in as we've become accustomed to them doing, and the power was restored in a relatively short period of time. I think that, if you watch the news and see what happens in other communities that were affected in a similar way yesterday, a lot of people went to bed last night in other communities without power. Our employees stayed home or stayed on the job last night until almost all of our citizens had power. There was a couple exceptions where there were some private power lines that were affected that we couldn't go on private property and fix. But point being, our power was restored yesterday, not in 2, 3, 4 days as it happens in some communities. So again, we owe a great debt of gratitude to our city employees who are so skilled and dedicated to their work. secondarily, I did want to talk very briefly about COVID-19. I know that I'm likely beginning to sound like a broken record when I talk about this, and I don't want to do that. I recognize that many of us, myself included, are fatigued with the impacts of COVID-19. However, I feel it's very important this evening that I once again mention to the community, the current impact that COVID is having on the Bowling Green community and the state and the nation, both at large. We cannot deny the fact that in the past couple of days, state of Ohio has set records for the number of cases in the state. Numbers that are higher than we saw at any point during the impact earlier this year in the spring and the summer. So it's still with us, very much so, and we absolutely cannot bury our heads in the sand despite how fatigued we might be and just go on with our lives as usual. We must be diligent. So this evening, I just want to very briefly, without getting on the pulpit too awful much more than I have to, I just really want to urge people in Bowling Green and the surrounding communities to please pay attention to the guidance that we continue to get from the Wood County Health Department. The folks over there are doing a great job in providing updated guidance on a weekly basis. We continue to share that on our website. So we urge you to pay attention to what we're hearing from the health experts. Let's be vigilant. Let's do everything that we can do to help slow the spread of COVID-19 in our community. By this time, we all know what those things are. We should be wearing our masks. We should wash our hands. We should socially distance ourselves, and we should refrain from participating in large gatherings. So again, I don't want to preach, but it's gotten to the point where we just cannot allow ourselves to become fatigued with the impacts. We need to continue to remain vigilant and do those things that we know that we can do. It completes my report, pending any questions that you might have.
Does anyone have any questions for the mayor?
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for your report. And first, please thank the utility workers for all they did on behalf of the community. Regarding the sudden upsurge, and really it's been quite dramatic this past week and a half or so, do you have some information from our public health officials as to what context that is occurring, and do we have some idea why that's happening so we can be a little more focused on our prevention efforts?
Well, I don't really know. I do think, one thing that we've heard is that they are seeing outbreaks as a result of large gatherings. The governor is raising a lot of examples where they are seeing large outbreaks in the aftermath of funerals or weddings or other large gatherings. I think that is one common denominator that is clear where people are
these
gathering.
are social gatherings among people that know each other to some degree, rather than in schools or in work settings. It's primarily.
Yeah, that's true. From what I've heard, the schools do not appear to be the source of wide-scale outbreaks. Again, I'm hesitant to speak to this too greatly. I would in too much specific detail because I don't consider myself a public health expert, but we do have information available to us, that from the CDC, from the Ohio Health Department, from the Wood County Health Department that are providing very specific guidance that I would encourage everyone to do their due diligence and read those materials and gain a greater understanding of what the impact is and how we can slow it.
And of course, with the holidays coming on, that could increase if we aren't vigilant, as you said. So thank you again for your comments. Thank you.
Certainly.
Are there any other questions or comments for the mayor?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to second the comments about the work of the crews yesterday at the corner of Clough and Summit, which is, a couple of stones throw from my house. The streets were blocked off for a while, and large chunks of trees were down. So the work that was done was amazing. And even with that, I believe I was out of power about 3 hours, which is incredible. I'm curious, though, do we have any idea what percentage of the city was affected, or is that impossible to say?
But yeah.
125 people.
125 people.
Okay.
Yep.
I would have thought it was more widespread.
Well,
Interesting.
and there's a lot of factors that contribute to that. I speak frequently about how the city and the utility department specifically invest in their infrastructure. They do that continually every year, year after year after year. Electric poles are replaced on a continual basis. Trees and limbs are cleared away from the power lines on a continual basis. So, what we've seen, the result, of an event like yesterday, is a bit of a payback on the investment that is made by the taxpayers and work performed by the public or, by the utility employees to help put us in a position to minimize the impact of events such as those yesterday.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I would like also for you to pass our praise along to everyone that did such a good job yesterday. I have several coworkers who sadly have chosen not to live in Bowling Green, and some of them are still without power at this moment. So
Wow.
sorry about their luck.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yep, thanks. Municipal Administrator, Ms. Treader. Are there any questions for Ms. Treader? Okay. And that takes us to Mr. Marsh. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Marsh this evening? Okay. Which brings us to council committee reports. Are there any council committee reports?
Mr. President,
Mr. Zanfordino.
last Saturday, November 7th, we had a resumption of our discussion of rental housing issues with the Committee of the Whole meeting. I think we had a good comprehensive discussion, and I'm looking forward to the legislation that the administration is putting together.
Outstanding. The reading of legislation.
Legislation for first reading. Resolution number 3780 for first reading. Resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Bowling Green, Ohio to file an application and execute a contract upon grant application approval under the Community Development Block Grant Entitlement Program as authorized by the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 as amended. Resolution number 3781 for first reading. Resolution urging Governor DeWine and the Ohio Legislature to extend the deadline for operating public meetings electronically.
Mr. President,
Mr. Harrell.
because of the need to get this in the hands of the proper people quickly, I move that we suspend the rules and give Resolution 3781 its second and third readings.
Second?
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. Okay,
Hollenbaugh,
yes?
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
Okay. The rules have been suspended for resolution 3781.
Resolution number 3781 for second and third reading. Resolution urging Governor DeWine and the Ohio Legislature to extend the deadline for operating meetings, public meetings electronically.
Mr. President,
Mr. Harold.
I move that we adopt Resolution 3781.
Second?
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? The only thing I would say is just to reiterate what Bill had said, this is set to expire on December 1st. And we want to urge our elected officials in Columbus to extend that deadline so that we can continue to conduct meetings the way we have been. Okay,
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh.
yes. All right, resolution 3781 is adopted.
Ordinance number 8879 for first reading. Ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator to execute the Ohio Department of Transportation's preliminary legislation to consent to the ODOT project to rehabilitate the Gypsy Lane Road and Poe Road bridges over I-75, a portion of which is located within the city limits, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
in order to meet bid deadlines set forth by ODOT, and because the city is not providing any funding for this project, I move to suspend the rules and give ordinance 8879 its second and third readings.
Second,
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Kay?
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
yes,
Harold,
yes,
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Leontis.
Yes.
Okay, the rules are suspended for ordinance 8879.
Mr.
Or-
President.
I can
Mr. Robinette.
I have to read it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Ordinance number 8879 for second and third reading. Ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator to execute the Ohio Department of Transportation's preliminary legislation to consent to the ODOT project to rehabilitate the Gypsy Lane Road and Poe Road bridges over I-75, a portion of which is located within the city limits, and declaring an emergency.
President.
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt the emergency clause for ordinance 8879.
second,
Okay, it's properly moved and seconded. Kay, could you call the roll?
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
yes,
Harold,
yes,
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Okay. The emergency clause has been adopted for ordinance 8879.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt ordinance 8879.
second,
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on ordinance 8879?
Mr. President, I'm pleased to see that we are going to rehabilitate Gypsy Lane.
I'm sure Gypsy Lane is pleased as well. Kay, could you call the roll?
Roland,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
yes,
Harold,
Yes,
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 8879 is adopted.
Legislation for second reading. Ordinance number 8878 for second reading. Ordinance creating and adopting Chapter 158 of the codified ordinances of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio regarding historic preservation, and amending and adopting certain sections of Chapters 30, 32, 35, 38, 150, and 152 of the codified ordinances to reflect changes regarding historic preservation. Legislation for third reading. Ordinance number 8873 for third reading. Ordinance amending and adopting Section 33.04 of the codified ordinances of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio, relative to pay scales for seasonal employees.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt ordinance 8873.
second,
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, could you call the roll?
Zanfordino,
yes,
Harold,
yes,
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 8873 is adopted.
Ordinance number 8874 for third reading. Ordinance vacating the utility easement at 1438 Conneaut Avenue.
Mr. President,
Mr. Leontis.
I move that we adopt ordinance 8874.
second,
Okay, properly
Second.
moved and properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay,
Harold,
yes,
Hollenbaugh,
yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino.
yes,
Okay, ordinance 8874 is adopted.
Ordinance number 8875 for third reading. Ordinance authorizing the utilities director to advertise for bids and enter into a contract or contracts for supplying annual inventory requirements, underground and overhead lines insurance, sale of scrap materials, and participation in the AMP Joint Purchasing Program in 2021.
Mr. President,
Mr. Leontis.
I move that we adopt ordinance 8875.
Second.
Okay, it's properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay,
Hollenbaugh,
yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 8875 is adopted.
Ordinance number 8876 for third reading. Ordinance authorizing the Utilities Director to advertise for bids and enter into a contract or contracts for carbon dioxide chemical feed system at the water treatment plant.
Mr. President,
Mr. Leontis,
I move that we adopt ordinance 8876.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay,
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh.
yes. Ordinance 8876 is adopted.
Ordinance number 8877 for third reading. Ordinance authorizing the Utilities Director to advertise for bids and enter into a contract or contracts for elevator repairs at the water treatment plant.
Mr. President,
Mr. Leontis,
and I move that we adopt ordinance 8877.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay,
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
yes.
Leontis.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 8877 is adopted.
And resolution number 3779 comes off the table automatically.
Okey dokey.
Mr. President,
Ms. Phipps,
I move to amend resolution 3779 by substitution.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Could you please explain to remind us and also those who might be listening?
I moved last time we all met to give the city administration an opportunity to revise this resolution to include residential properties in the designated CRA area.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay,
Robinette,
Yes.
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
All right. Resolution 3779 is amended by substitution. Is that what the vote was on?
That is correct.
So we still need to approve it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve resolution 3779?
Mr. President,
Ms. Phipps,
I move to adopt resolution 3779 as amended.
Second.
okay, properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay,
Roland,
Yes.
Zanfordino,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
yes.
Leontis,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette.
Yes.
All right, resolution 3779 is adopted. Is there any other business to come before city council this evening? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.